Hi, my name is Brad Gansberg, and I'd like to welcome you to the Week 2 video of my free Running 101 program. This is the third in a series of 16 weekly lectures designed to help a non-runner learn how to run for 5K nonstop in approximately 100 days. This program assumes no prior experience or knowledge. If you're willing to commit 3 hours a week to running, I can give you the tools needed to be successful. If you're interested in learning more about this free program or any of my other programs, please feel free to visit my website, bradgansberg.com, for full details. I'd like to start this week's lecture by talking a bit more about your pace and exertion levels. When beginning this program, I often hear the comment, "I feel slow." Many of my students draw the conclusion that this feeling indicates that they're not following the program correctly. They couldn't be more wrong. Speed is not important at this point in your running development. The ideal way to proceed is to run as slowly as possible. Running slowly is good for a number of reasons. The first is that it's easy on your body. Easy workouts require less recovery time, which in turn leave you better prepared for future workouts. The second reason running slower is optimal has to do with the fact that this pace is ideal when it comes to teaching your body how to use its own fat stores as a fuel source. This is important because body fat will be the predominant fuel used on your longer runs. The third benefit of running slowly is that working at a slower pace is optimal for your aerobic development. This aerobic development is what will allow you to run longer distances later in the program without getting tired. Please trust me when I tell you that slow is the way to go. The next topic I'd like to cover is how to fit running into your life. If you can't find a way to do this, there's no way you can successfully learn how to run. To that end, I have 4 simple tips to share with you, which should help you to successfully find time for your running. My first tip is to schedule your runs before the week begins. Ideally, you should plan your workouts for the following week, no later than Saturday of the preceding week. Doing this will help to make sure that you're able to create the time needed in your schedule for running. On the other hand, waiting to schedule your workouts until later in the week is a recipe for trouble. If you do this, I expect that you'll often be in the situation where your schedule fills up with non-running events, which in turn can leave you without the time needed for your workouts. This is something you obviously want to avoid. My second tip is to schedule enough time to complete your workouts. You need to remember that your workouts take longer than the time needed to run. When planning a workout, you need to take into account travel time, shower time, as well as time to get dressed. Building these times into your planning will give you a much better chance of successfully fitting running into your life. My third tip is to avoid scheduling your runs during conflict times. If you know you regularly get interrupted with business calls from 7 to 8 p.m., don't schedule your runs then. Look to schedule your workouts in the part of the day that has the greatest likelihood of being uninterrupted. My final tip is to be creative when trying to find time for your running. Most people can find the time needed if they just look outside the box. The key is to consider using times that you've never used before. Be it waking up earlier than normal or taking a run when the sun is down, there's always time for running if you really put your mind to it. At the end of the day, I've never run across a student who could not find any time to run. All it takes is an open mind, a willingness to give your exercise the priority it deserves, and a good plan to make it happen. I promise that you'll never regret making time for your running.